I'm Calvin Rapada. My wife and I, Amy, we've been coming to Harbor Covenant about 2 years now, since we moved to Gig Harbor. And Michael wanted me to talk about my involvement with the Living Last Supper. First of all, I want to say I admire everyone who came up here without notes, but I'm going to be different. In my profession, I've never addressed an audience without notes, and I just can't get rid of it. But first of all, I think most of you know what the Living Last Supper is. We've done it now for 2 seasons. It's done during Holy Week, and it's basically a reenactment of the Last Supper, and all the characters are portrayed as within the painting of Leonardo da Vinci, his Last Supper. And it's a very moving performance. And I had no idea what I was getting involved in when I signed up for this. And now I can't get out of it. We got involved in a small group, and Donald Ham, a member of our group, he said he was involved in this in the Midwest, and he had pitched it to Michael and the staff that it would be a good idea to bring it here. And so I supported him and said, yeah, you should do that. And then he turned to me and he's like, but I need your help. So I pitched in just thinking I was just going to help. And, but I'm so glad I did. I've now done it for 2 seasons, and I'm sure there'll be a season 3, and hopefully I'll be fortunate enough to do it then. You know, it's a ministry that's grown. This season, there were 3 performances, as opposed to 1 the year before. The first performance that was here at the church, 80 people were turned away. I mean, that's amazing on a Thursday. And hopefully they came back on Friday. And we expanded. We went to a church in Eatonville, and it was a wonderful day trip for all of us, just to go out there and meet new people and just to show it to another community. It was just wonderful. And we had a great write-up most of you saw in the Tacoma News Tribune, and it was wonderful to be a part of that. But, you know, I think having been a part of this, it was just amazing for me to see the impact it had on people. I mean, you know, when Eric, who portrayed Jesus, is up here saying, do you believe? And, you know, and it's just pitch quiet. And you see 3 little kids go, I do, you know, and they raise their hand. And it's a huge impact. And I think most of you were there, and we had neighbors, friends, family. I had a little hiccup about a week before because I had allergies, and it was spring season. And so I had to go to the doctor, and because I could barely keep my contacts in. And she said, oh man, that's really bad. I need you to stay off your contacts for 2 weeks. And I kind of looked at her like, that's not happening. And she's like, why? I go, well, I've never seen a disciple with glasses. She's like, what are you talking about? You know? And this is urgent care, so I didn't even know who she was. And, you know, just a doctor. And so she's like, she looks at my profile, and she's like, why are you in a play? You know, and so we talk, and so I tell her what it's about, and she's like, I'm going to go. And so, and then I talked to her and they let me wear my contacts after a week. But, you know, besides that, I think personally it affected me in 2 ways. First, the first way is it just, more than just being in the play and learning your lines, and that's the hardest part, really. But once you learn your lines, to me, it was like you really start to reflect on why you're doing it and who you're portraying, and you almost bring yourself back in time. And for me, I really had to think about, wow, you know, I don't feel worthy doing this. So for those 3 months of practices, as time got closer, I'm thinking, you know, there are things I need to change in my life. And so I thought of ways to be closer to God and spend more time with Him, to become a better husband, better father, and a better brother. And it really gave me the time to sit and contemplate and go through that. And it was necessary, and I'm glad I did that. And the second thing was how it impacted me is just everybody that was involved, from the 12 other characters, to the music people, to sound, to the bus driver, because we had to go to Eatonville, to the people who made the costumes. It was just, I got excited to get up. I normally don't get excited to get up at 6 in the morning on Saturday, but for 3 months, that's what we did, to be here by 8. And it was exciting. It was another small group, and it was another ministry amongst each other, let alone what we're giving to everyone else. And just to learn from other guys, their selfless love, and that they will do anything for you now. It brought me closer to them and to God. And I was new to Gig Harbor. I was so new that Sana, the director, kept looking at me and she's like, "Do you go to North Campus?" You know, she's done that both seasons now. And so that's my story. And I'm excited to see this ministry continue to grow, and I'm sure it'll be back next year. Thank you.